Okay, so the front axle is as far apart as I intend to take it. Hopefully there's nothing wrong inside. I will be taking the cover off the back just to inspect it and drain the fluid and all. But that's as far apart as I intend to take it. And now I'm going to put it up in the sawhorses and I'm going to... oh, boy, just brain dead today. I'm going to wire wheel it and see if I can get some primer on it. Probably tomorrow morning. I don't see it happening today, but probably tomorrow morning I'll get some primer on it. Okay, so I've got the front axle on the jack stands. I decided to put some pieces of plumbing tubing inside of the axle tubes to support it by the ends. I didn't figure it was going to do any damage because, well, I might as well mention it now. I was going to leave it for later, but there's no actual seal on the outer edge. It's at the inner end, right close to the pumpkin, which means that if I really wanted to replace those, you pretty much have to pull the whole carrier apart and then reset it all back up. So I'm going to just hope that those seals are intact and not worry about them. But in any case, I figured it was fine to put these tubes in the ends of the axles there. You shouldn't be putting a whole hell of a lot different stress than having the vehicle resting on them, on the knuckles there. Anyways, so I'm gonna shine this thing up, and tomorrow I will probably, if I'm not mowing grass, we'll probably hit this stuff with a coat of primer. I might leave the primer until later, but I'm gonna try and get up early and do some mowing. Getting a little shaggy. Well, here's the knuckles, spindles, all the rest of the mess from the axles there. The axle is a hell of a lot lighter without this stuff. It's amazing how heavy this stuff is. I actually now don't find it too hard to believe that the Dana 44 actually weighs more than the Dana 60. Especially with all this gear. Rotors are down here. Old rotors are down here. Probably will not end up putting it back together because the guys at Napa gave me two bearings and one seal, but I guess I should have known what I was asking for, and there's a seal and another smaller bearing. That's a guide for the end of the axle shaft here, and I don't have that, so I really don't want to bother putting that together then. And I think I'm going to find out if I can get the U-joints for the ends here. Well, it's all apart. I might as well replace them. Anyways, I've got new ball joints. I'm going to paint all this stuff separately. Since there's nothing really critical on the actual, mount here. Is that what you'd call the spindle? I don't know. I would call that the spindle, so I'd call this probably more like the knuckle. So anyways, I'm going to sandblast the knuckles here, but I'm going to pull out the old, oh, you know what, maybe it's not a bad idea to leave the old ball joints in there to protect the taper. And I'm going to sandblast these because there's no critical parts on the knuckle right now. And I guess these parts, I think I'm just going to sand the outside of these things. This part, but I'll paint it all separately. Still trying to figure out what to do with the actual lockout here. They're damn expensive to replace, and I don't think there's anything wrong with them to replace them other than the fact that they look kind of crappy. I might see if I can get just a new plastic piece here, so it might look a little bit prettier, but I don't think I need to do anything kind of replacement on it. So there you go. I also have to go and hunt for the proper tool to take or reinstall these. Kind of did a bodge job on that. I won't say what I did, but I was bad about how I took them off. Anyways, there's where I stand tonight.